I'm Kristen from 20 Footsteps Travel, and I'm going to share with you some honest insights and ideas for visiting Amsterdam with kids. By the end of this video, I can guarantee that you'll have some great ideas, inspiration for things to do, and some tips that allow you to get the most out of this beautiful city. Amsterdam is by far one of the prettiest cities that we've seen. I recommend that you try to take it slow and not cram too many things into your itinerary, as you'll want time to just walk around. The strolling and admiring the surroundings are part of the experience of Amsterdam, so you'll want some unstructured time to do that without feeling like you're rushing. The number one thing I booked for our trip to Amsterdam was a boat tour of the canals. There are many companies offering these canal tours. You'll see them everywhere. We booked the cheese and refreshments tour with Amsterdam Boat Tours because unlike some of the others, their website specifically says that they welcome kids. You'll find that Amsterdam is a place where kids are allowed just about anywhere. There are very few restrictions on where they're allowed to be, including party boats. But I like the idea of a boat tour that has already said they welcome kids, and this boat tour ended up being popular with our whole family. The boat tours are only about an hour long, and they show you some places that you might not otherwise see. Whichever boat company you book with, make sure you use the bathroom before, as most of them don't have bathrooms available for you to use. And see my tip later in this video about public bathrooms in Amsterdam. Another great place in Amsterdam we found to be great for families is Museumplein. It's a large green space surrounded with a few of the popular museums, which you don't have to be visiting in order to enjoy the green space. There's a large, wide fountain in the middle, which is very shallow, and we saw many families having their small kids wade in it. So bring your swimsuits if it's warm enough. In Museumplein is also the Gogh Museum, which has a small art playground where many kids were playing. You didn't have to be visiting the museum to play at the art playground. In Museumplein, there's also the Van Gogh Museum, which I wanted to visit but didn't buy tickets fast enough. There is, however, a small museum shop where you can buy Van Gogh souvenirs. They're the same ones that are sold in the Van Gogh Museum. So definitely check out this laid-back and family-friendly area in Amsterdam. You could probably spend a full day here, especially if you're visiting one of the museums. If you're wondering what this beautiful building is that my daughter's running towards, it's the Rijksmuseum. And we didn't go in, but I regret it now because it has a really pretty interior, a very Instagrammable library. There's another green space near Museumplein called Vondelpark. I recommend coming here as well with kids. Vondelpark is massive. It's almost like a little town within itself. There are trails, green space, gardens, and fountains, but also restaurants and cafes within the park. It's a nice outing. We met some friends here and the girls enjoyed playing by the pond. Vondelpark is located in the Leidesplein neighbourhood, which has a nightlife in the evening, but it's a really nice place to walk around. We actually stayed in this area, and I'm going to show you where we stayed at the end of this video. There's a lot of nice things to find, fountains and this hand monument. There's a lot of squares. So if you don't eat in the park, you'll be able to find something nearby. We ate at this pancake company, which the kids really liked. Speaking of food, I think both you and the kids will love the options in Amsterdam. There are a lot of carbs like pancakes and fries, but a lot of it is fresh because they tend to eat food that's made to be eaten that day. We got fresh croissants every morning from the grocery store and they were delicious. I also recommend getting the De Ridder sprinkles to sprinkle on toast in the morning. My 4-year-old loved these and we ended up ordering them from Amazon when we got home. I do caution you from bringing the sprinkles home because they can melt in your suitcase. I found out the hard way. The Anne Frank house is definitely worth visiting with older kids. I went with my 12-year-old as we felt the 4-year-old was a bit too young, and I think this was the right choice. The youngest kids that I saw at the Anne Frank house were around 8 years old and understood the story behind the girl who lived in this unassuming building. No photography is allowed inside, and I respected that, so I don't have photos or videos of the inside of the house. It's located in the Jordan neighborhood, which is one of the prettiest neighborhoods in Amsterdam. Another place you may find yourself is Dam Square. It's the very center of the city. It's in front of the National Palace and the historic monument. It wasn't my favorite place. I prefer quiet, lush green streets and canals, but my daughter loved the pigeons. There's also lots of food around here. It's around Dam Square where the streets can get pretty busy, but they're still very walkable, lots of shops. When we were here, we encountered a challenge when my 4-year-old had to use the bathroom, but we have no change on us. We ended up going into a chain store, I think it was Burger King or McDonald's, where we were able to swipe our credit cards to use the bathroom. So this is something to keep in mind. Free washrooms aren't really a thing in Amsterdam. Carry euros on you or a credit card in case they take swipe. Amsterdam is a very walkable city. You can get around on foot anywhere. I will say that you do need to be somewhat on guard and paying attention though. Be careful about the bike lanes. People ride very fast. Be sure to help your kids recognize a bike lane and stay off them. These brown posts in the road are called Amsterdammetje, and you're meant to stay only on the pedestrian side of them. We found it hard to find accommodations in Amsterdam that had more than one bedroom, and accommodations for multiple people are pricey. Staying outside the city center will be cheaper, and it's very accessible via public transit. We decided to instead splurge on an apartment in this area of Amsterdam, which is very central, right where the Star is. Our apartment overlooked this beautiful canal. It was a 1-bedroom, but they had made it into 2 bedrooms, if that makes sense. And yes, it was definitely a splurge, but the views were postcard perfect at daytime, sunset, and night. We absolutely loved it. Apartments like these, you would just be really careful with small children and not leave them unattended near the window. There's so much to do in Amsterdam, but we kept our itinerary pretty open, and I'm glad we did because it would have felt stressful cramming all these things into a 3-day stay. However, all of these places were on my radar as great things to do in the city. So if you have more time there, I'd love to hear what you think of them. Amsterdam's incredible, but we also missed out on some really good day trip options that would have been nice. Our Dutch friends recommended them to us, and we hope to try them next time. If you've been to any of these places, feel free to share in the comments what you thought. I hope that you found this video on visiting Amsterdam with kids helpful. It truly is an amazing city, and I hope you have a great time.